Hello and welcome to the McElroy Brothers Brand Expansion Quarterly Report. I am your oldest Chief Financial Officer, Justin McElroy.
I'm your middleest head of HR, Travis McElroy.
And I am Digital Prophet, Shingy. I go by Shingy now. That's because I'm a digital prophet.
Gosh, what an exciting Q4 it's been for McElroy Industries. We already had My Brother, Me, and Sawbones franchises in the under the tent pole, big tent pole business, as I say. And we welcome 3 new franchises into the umbrella that we think...
Closing the gap,
opening the kimono, and just checking out the profits on our new properties. We're going to go to Travis. We'll get to your calls in just a second. We're going to go to Travis. First up, tell us about the project he's leading. Just a quick...
Very excited. Bunker Buddies, the survival comedy podcast. It's looking great. Product integration is through the roof. Talking about rice primarily. We have a lot of rice backers.
How's your dividends?
The dividends are great. My partner Andy and I are just rolling in dividends, swimming in dividends like Scrooge McDuck. We're very excited about all the dividends.
Bonds?
We've got bonds.
How are your
dividends. Options? We have them.
How's your bond option?
Our bond options, we're going to go see Spectre. All the bond options are there.
Travis, that's a podcast about surviving the apocalypse, right? A comedy show about the end of the world.
That is correct.
Great. I want to just real quick weigh in on a brand I'm representing here. It's the 3 of us on this call, plus our sweet daddy, playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's called the Adventure Zone. That hot property was just launched on Thursday.
Big dividends on that one. Big dividends.
Huge dividends. Number 1 comedy podcast on iTunes. Suck it, Miss Williams. I guess I did do something.
Number one dad cast on the
number
net.
1 cast with our daddy ever in history, and that's been big. And then Griffin, you had a brand.
I had a whole new brand launching on iTunes. Which is a deep web iTunes application. Not a lot of people have access to.
You can only get it with the Guy Pod.
You have to have the first generation Guy Pod, circa 1998, to listen to it. But despite those limitations, the dividends on this podcast, which I have titled my Vor and Japanese electronica podcast about Vor, which I have titled Big Gulp.
And Griffin, let me say right off the bat, congratulations on getting the rights to use the 7-Eleven logo with that. Congratulations.
Yeah. I was going to get Justin Russo, one of our lead artistic brand managers, or Justin Gray, artistic brand manager for the Adventure Zone on this one. But just, I said, fuck it. 7-Eleven already did the work. I'm gonna put them on, slap them on the Big Gulp lunch boxes, and on the cups that I sell Slurpees out of. It's gonna get really fucking confusing.
Now, Griffin, is there
but the dividends though?
Is there anywhere anyone can find Big Gulp?
Yeah, you have to have a good RSS reader. You're gonna plug.
One of the S's stands for sex.
You're gonna plug this into your favorite RSS application of your choosing. The following URL. P.
One more time, Griffin. Can we get that one more time?
P. That's it.
Just P. So that is.
There's not a lot of shit in the PSSSS system. So I locked down P.
Big Gulp, Bunker Buddies, a lot of huge growth. And I think we can go ahead and just try. I guess we have to keep recording the flagship here. I'm honestly, I think we've about run into the ground, but the dividends.
The dividends.
Oh,
the
God,
dividends,
damn.
Check out them dividends, though.
We're 3 Gordon Ramsays.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3 chunkier versions of Gordon Ramsay, not British.
A few months ago, I started dating my best friend. Oh, this is my brother, me. It's an advice show for the modern era.
You probably
It's
heard
our Adventure Zone fan cast.
You will always, you will always be our first baby, and we will always love you the most.
Let me just quick message to all my big gulpers out there. We might not talk about vor on this show, so might not be. It might be a little unexpected. That's how I
hope.
That's how I
This
talk.
is somebody's first fucking my brother.
Fuck off.
Can you fucking even imagine what? So you said this was funny, David. It's Brian. You said this was funny, and it's just guys talking about their brand.
I recognize one of the guys from Losing the Sheen, but it's not about Charlie Sheen at all, is it?
And I recognize Griffin from a pod. You know what? I shouldn't forget I said anything. I don't want to mention.
I'm going to go back to listening to In Case of Emergency.
So many
cereal.
This line of goofing that we've been bringing on has really brought up how bad we are at keeping podcasts going. Listen, I
So
guarantee.
enjoy Bunker Buddies and Adventure Zone and Big Gulp while they last.
Yeah, and my brother, and me for that matter.
Now,
No gold
I'll
dividends
never
can
stop
stay.
doing my brother, me.
No,
I don't
fuck
care what I
you.
do without you two.
You can
I'll
pry
bring
the
in-
goose
I'll
from my
bring in-
cold dead hands.
I'll bring in Ashton Kutcher. I don't care. So this is an advice show. If this is the first time you're listening, and this is where the show starts. This is the part of the show. The thing about my brother, kind of a running gag is the first 5 minutes of every episode of this program ever are unlistenable.
It's barf garbage.
It's how we lure in new listeners.
Set
And
the
it's trial.
expectations low. That's our motto here at My Brother, Me Institute.
The only podcast brave enough to begin with hazing.
and that's a premium swallow. Oh, sorry. Hold on. No, that's a big gulp. That's how I end every episode of Big Gulp. I have to fucking do it now. Now I have to fucking do a podcast. I'm going to have to learn how to set up an RSS feed. I'm going to have to fucking create a podcast called Big Gulp. I'm open submission, I guess, for co-hosts.
Can you have one? I just want one episode of Big Gulp. I'm not asking for the one, but I want it to like be in iTunes and everything.
Yeah,
and I want it to
sure.
be #1 forever. But I just only want one episode. Okay.
Yeah.
Big Gulp, the Vor Show, coming from Griffin McElroy and a co-host to be named later. And here's our advice to you, the listeners.
Can we just do this? Well, this feels right.
Just every once in a while making oblique references to your repugnant Vor show.
I think my favorite episode was the one on What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh, man. It was just 45 minutes of Griffin saying, me.
Okay.
Nom, nom,
now,
nom, nom, nom.
And now we do it. Now we do the
And
damn
now
thing.
we get to the thing that you've been waiting for.
Hopefully.
Dim the lights. We're about to thump this melon. And now the starting lineup of my brother, me.
Do the damn thing.
If we were a sports team, what song
man.
would you guys want to come out onto the court with?
He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
Save the best for last.
Theme from Night Court.